Welcome to the episode 2 of the Take Game Games Gamecast. We're going to talk about the Game Awards show that happened on Thursday night. We're going to get our thoughts on that, on the winners and the trailers we saw. We saw some awesome stuff. Brett, what did you think?
Hype. 4 letters, 1 word. Hype. No, I was like super excited when leading up to this event of what we were gonna see. I know people on the internet were talking about all these like cool things that were gonna be shown and like the upcoming Harry Potter RPG and all these things. And I'm like, well, I think we need to keep our expectations kind of like, low. Because I don't think all those things are gonna happen. I fear it was gonna be more of a indie showcase, which it was for the most part, besides a few, AAA like trailers. So,
Yeah.
But the stuff that they did show was just, I will say it's okay. I was more excited for the awards that were announced and that, God of War pulled it off, man. Game of the year. Game of the year.
That's what you guys both wanted, and that happened.
I'm super proud of Corey Barlog and his team just delivering a masterpiece, and it's another Sony exclusive that just was just amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Eric, what did you think? Did you have the same feeling? Did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I was kind of caught off guard when God of War won Game of the Year because it looked like Red Dead was going to be sweeping the night. Won like what?
Oh yeah, they won like the first 4 awards. I was like, Red Dead, they're gonna win the Game of the Year too.
So obviously they're gonna win Game of the Year, but
yeah.
And then the night comes, and God of War, just like we called it.
Well, because Eric and I were watching it, and when you saw Red Dead start winning award after award, I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be a clean sweep.
Yeah.
And then when they announced God of War's Game of the Year, it's just maybe chuckle and like smile because I'm like, they deserve it, man. Like I know Red Dead came out in October and blew everybody's socks off, but I think God of War definitely deserves it for how it really like put everything together, story, art, direction, everything. Yeah, so I was pumped.
But that's not taking anything away from Red Dead Redemption 2, from Spider-Man. I know I was a little bit disappointed that Spider-Man did not win any awards. I thought that it deserved to get at least something, like the actor one or something. I think Christopher Judge from God of War got that. It was just they were up against 2 juggernaut games in Red Dead Redemption and God of War. But Spider-Man,
I think they got
there wasn't room for.
Got from Red Dead won that one, didn't he?
It was.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Morgan.
That's right. It was the Arthur Morgan guy that won the actor.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed when he didn't go up there and do his Arthur voice
and
accept his reward.
Well, I did like when what was his name who played Kratos?
Aaron Judge.
Was it Aaron Judge?
Is it?
It's not Aaron.
It's Christopher.
Come on.
With that one.
Put respect on his name. How dare you? No, that was kind of like my favorite. Well, let's talk about this really quick. What was your guys' like favorite moment? For me, it was whenever him and the boy that played Atreus announced he.
That was what I was gonna say too. He's like, "Read it, boy."
Yeah,
well, I was cringing so bad.
I was cringing too.
I thought the kid was like just nervous up there, and all of a sudden he's like.
Obviously it was scripted after the fact, but I was cringing hard though. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, don't do this. And then I had to watch like 10 times on YouTube. I was like obsessed with it.
I think they timed that perfectly too.
Yeah,
it was like just the right amount of cringe before he actually dropped it.
That's right.
So what was your guys'? That was my favorite moment. What was your guys' favorite moment from the Game Awards?
Well, yeah, that was my favorite moment.
I was gonna say that.
All right, all of us then. Okay.
I think that goes to say for pretty much everybody that watched the show, at least if they played that game.
Yeah,
that was perfect.
So let's go through some of these other awards. Obviously, God of War Game of the Year, multiplayer game Fortnite. I don't think there's any surprise there. I think we predicted that.
Yep.
Independent game Celeste. I don't think that was a big surprise. We said give it to them. They were on the Game of the Year award, so I would assume they would win the independent game award. Dragon Ball Fighter Z wins the fighting game. I'm always a fan of Dragon
Yeah,
Ball,
I
so
thought it was between
I was
that
happy to see that up there.
Soul Calibur. Is that like a ranking list, or is that
No, that's
the
just
winner and
the
then the
winner
other
and then
nominees.
the other nominees.
Yeah, because I thought it was between that and Soul Calibur probably for
Yeah.
that, just because.
Oh,
I mean, Street Fighter V, that's like an old game, right? Or is that a brand new game this year?
well, I would think it's this year since it's on
What, Soul
2018.
Soul Calibur
Soul
6?
Calibur 6.
Street Fighter V, I never
Street
played Street
Fighter
Fighter,
V.
so.
Didn't that come
Is
out?
that like a new version?
I thought it might have. Yeah, maybe it was like a new version of it. Cause I thought it came out in like
A while back.
2017
Interesting.
or 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I don't know really on that one because I just haven't played a Street Fighter, but
Yeah, and then sports/racing. We've got Forza Horizon 4. I know that Phil Spencer is there. He was very excited that their Microsoft exclusive game did get on there.
did we give a prediction on that one?
Horizon. Yeah, or I think we talked about it, and I just said, "Does 2K get it done?" And we said no.
We're like, nope.
And we were right. NBA 2K did not win that one.
Now, well, wasn't the creator of the 2K franchise? Didn't he win like the what's the award for like? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I don't know what they call it. Like
yeah, like the not like a lifetime award, but like something. Like, but he won like that award that goes out to the person that has like changed
the biggest
industry.
influence.
Yeah, the biggest. Yeah, so.
Which I thought was kind of weird giving it to him, but I mean, I guess they can't give it to like a fucking awesome guy every year, but
Yeah.
So
that's the only thing he's known for, right? Is NBA 2K pretty much.
No, just like the 2K franchises in general, all the sports. Yeah.
Little other games, but
yeah, it was kind of an awkward moment, I thought, in the awards.
yeah, when he brought his buddies up there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though. Well, go ahead, because my cringiest moment was that
Oh,
the Blue Fox dude.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Now like, hey, it's cool.
I mean,
it's
the
cool.
story was cool, but
I mean, it's
that was
cool
weird.
that if like you're gay and you're giving a
But-
shout out to the
Yes.
LGBT community.
he's a furry.
But when you kept on like saying it
Yeah,
over
his
and over
on-stage
again,
performance was not good. He did not have.
I mean,
any
yeah, I
stage
mean,
presence
you
at
know,
all.
I couldn't talk in front of all those people,
Yeah.
but like, man, he was just going like on and on about being gay. I'm like, dude, we get it, you're gay,
Yeah, that was,
but like, this,
that was definitely strange.
you know, give one shout out and move on.
But,
But anyways,
Yeah, and so best ongoing game goes to Fortnite. No surprise there. We all predicted that. The role playing game went to Monster Hunter World. We had predicted that. Family game went to Overcooked 2. I don't think we spent much
no,
time.
well, I think we
I thought
said
we went Mario Party
yeah, I think
on
we
that.
said
Yeah.
Super Mario Party.
And the awards that Red Dead got was best narrative. They got the best actor with the Arthur Morgan one. They got the 2 music award, the audio ones as well. Which is another part I liked about the Game Awards was the orchestra. I thought that was kind of a cool effect that they.
Especially at the end when they're going through all like
Yeah.
the Game of the War candidates
that was very
nominees,
cool, yes.
and they played each of their like main like song.
Yeah.
You remember that? I thought that was
did
cool.
enjoy that. Yeah, I think
What was
God
it?
of War got best action adventure game.
Which they kind of like brushed over. I don't know if for the sake of time.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, eventually, I think because they were running out of time, like for some of those games, when they announced them, they're like, "Oh, this game also won this award." So like when they announced God of War for something, they just announced all of the awards that it got. Best esports game went to Overwatch. Blizzard, yeah, that game's still ongoing, and they're still
Well, they have their own like
doing really
esports
good.
league, don't
Yeah,
they? Oh,
so-
like Overwatch
yeah,
League
that's
or
no surprise there. Best action game went to Dead Cells.
Well
Dead
deserved.
Cells won a couple of awards.
yeah, well deserved.
Score soundtrack went to Red Dead. I was kind of
It
surprised
did.
at that. I mean,
Yeah, I think they
like
were
the music
too.
in
When
it.
they went up there, they're like, "Yeah, we're really surprised you won this."
Well, they're
but-
probably just being humble, but
yeah.
I mean, it had good music, but I was kind of surprised that it won that.
Yeah. Best strategy game goes to Into the Breach. I don't know too much about that. Best art direction. goes to Return of the Oberdin.
Oh, give a shout to Sean.
Yeah, no, Sean, our commenter, he told us about
Our
that
only
game.
commenter.
Number one fan.
Yeah, our number one. Thanks,
Number
Sean
one
Mills.
fan. Yeah. But yeah, so he definitely said it's an interesting experience. So anybody wants to try that game out, go for it. Best VR game goes to Astrobot.
Have you played any of those
Rescue
VR
Mission.
games, Brett?
Can you read the name?
Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, Firewall, 0 Hour, Tetris Effect, Beat Saber.
Damn,
oh,
I've seen
Beat Saber.
a lot of videos on Beat Saber.
Yeah, we've seen
I mean, I've heard of all of them. I haven't played any of them, but all of them seem like I think they've all been like critically acclaimed games.
Yeah, it seems like it was a good year for VR. But
Yeah, I mean, but it's still not. I mean, VR is still like so. I guess niche where it's like it's expensive and it's hard for developers are still trying to get used to like developing for it, and with only Oculus, the Vive, and then PSVR, like it's just I think next gen will be the gen that it really takes off if it does at all. I think Sony has to come out with a PSVR too, but like those games that are on PSVR. I know people have enjoyed them.
Well, I think a way to bring it more to the forefront would be to, bundle it with the
But you're
console
talking about
right from the beginning.
But you're talking about a price raise.
Well, yeah, no, I think they should give it a discounted price. Like VR costs what, $300? I don't know. Is it still $300?
There's different bundles for it, but
I mean, you can bundle it with the console for $100 off or something.
yeah. I mean, I have one. And I would play it more if it wasn't such a pain in the ass to hook up. With all the wires and the breaker box, and it's just a pain in the ass to get it set up.
But one still improvement for VR.
And I got Titanic VR, and that
all those
fucking
wires
thing
and
sucks.
everything. I can't play that with the dog running around here
Yeah.
shooting on those wires.
Okay, best studio game direction, Sony Interactive Entertainment with God
Shocking.
of War. There you go, Sony.
Oh, it was Microsoft on there?
What was
They're
the
not-
other studio?
Oh, okay.
Well, I
Oh.
guess they could put them for Forza
They have
Horizon
EA
4,
on there?
but
Well-
EA for
A
A
Way
Way
Out.
Out.
Fuck the Oscars. Yeah, that dude was on there. That was about to make me cringe. I'm like, what's
Pre-show, right? Did he actually?
Yeah, he was on
Did he make it onto the show?
Yeah.
remember.
Well, remember. Wait, who are you talking about?
The
Joseph
guy,
Ferris, the
yeah.
guy, that director for.
He was at the he was in the pre-show. He was pretty much right before the show started, I think.
Yeah, I think that. I thought it was funny they had Phil Spencer and the Red Pills.
That was kind of awkward. I thought.
That was really awkward.
Oh, and Sean
They
later.
like hated each other.
They had to all finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super awkward. I mean, it was cool seeing all three of them on stage, but it was just kind of like, just. I was expecting like a crossplay, like some type of like crossplay announcement, but with them three being on stage, it was kind of like, hey, read these sentences and then, oh,
Show
okay,
our
that's it.
support for each other.
Gaming's about the community.
We're one.
Come on, we're all about the console wars here. Come on.
Alright, best debut indie game, The Messenger. Games for Impact, Celeste won another one for that.
Mobile game. Oh,
Mobile
everyone's
game,
favorite.
Florence won that one. Don't play that much mobile games, so
oh, PUBG's up there.
yeah, PUBG, Fortnite, what a surprise. Content Creator of the Year, Ninja. No surprise there, we predicted that, I think, and then we didn't really go over the esports stuff too much.
What was Blue Fox's name, guy? What's his name? The
I
Fox?
forget what his name was. I think we had already passed it.
Oh, did we
way.
pass? Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I just kind of passed that up.
That's cool.
And League of Legends World Championship is the best esports event, so they put on the best event,
You were
which is
playing-
not surprising. League of Legends puts on a big spectacle, and then they have a couple million in prize money.
You ever played any LOL before?
I have. Not very much though. It was a long time ago that I played League of Legends. Not very good at it. Very high learning curve to it in order to master. And the games take like an hour or so each, so you gotta have time to just sit down and play each match.
I feel like it's very hard to get into those competitive type games like that.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have a lot of time to dedicate to try to get into those, especially at this point. 'Cause that's been out for, probably like a decade?
Yeah. Yeah, so Brett was saying that his favorite part was just the awards ceremony. My favorite part was actually seeing some of the trailers for some new games.
Oh, yeah.
So, I actually really enjoyed
a few cool surprises.
the spectacles.
Well, so I have a list on my phone.
Alright.
So let's go through all the trailers.
Okay.
And then, if we have an opinion on it, just, we can talk about it. Okay, so the first one was the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yes,
any thoughts on that?
I played that game. Very good game. I don't know if you guys have ever played that. It was a PC game. It's a very short experience, but I'm very happy to see that they're bringing that to consoles and that they're adding like new endings and stuff. Very funny game, awkward game, but the narration to it is hilarious and definitely worth checking out that game.
That is a release date of 2019 on the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Next is Among Trees. Anybody?
About that game?
That's also coming out in 2019. That's going to be on PC. Next is Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3. And that is coming out in 2019 on the Nintendo Switch. Scott, you
happy to see that.
Yeah, you texted us. Made by Team Ninja.
I thought that almost
Team
looked...
Ninja, that was surprising. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
That's the Hellblade developers, right?
I thought it almost looked like a dumbed down version of like the older ones, but maybe it's just
That's
because
Ninja Theory. It's Ninja Theory.
maybe it's just because it was so long ago.
The
old ones came out.
graphics did look a little bit. I didn't really like the direction from the trailer it was showing. I really liked Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the first one that I played through on original Xbox. It was fun. So I was excited to see it. Not really thrilled that it's exclusive to Switch because I don't have
You
one.
gotta get your Switch now. next move for you.
I guess.
Okay. Next we have Far Cry New Dawn, which is pretty much a sequel follow-up to Far Cry 5. I got the platinum in that game.
Very Rage-esque, I thought.
It is, and it's coming out. As you has a release date of February 15th. 2019 on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. It pretty much, I think, picks up where Far Cry 5 left off. Where did you guys? Eric, you didn't finish Far Cry 5, did you?
No, I wasn't a huge fan of the setting, to be honest. I thought Montana
we were
was
talking
kind of
about
boring to me, but...
And Scott, did you ever play Far Cry 5?
Never gotten into that franchise, no.
So, I mean, pretty much at the end, you're kind of like captured by, well, not captured, but
Spoiler alert.
you end up in a bunker with the main villain, Joseph Seed, and nukes are going off, and he's kind of prophesized about all this like nuclear things happening. So
did they show like some guy that was supposed to die in the first
yeah,
one?
that was the villain.
That's kind of like the vibe I got.
At the end of the trailer, he's like kind of like talking or whatever. So I don't know if I'll pick it up, but it has that that Rage like setting.
Yeah, it looks very Rage, Mad Max kind of setting.
I think it's going to be kind of just like Far Cry Primal, which Primal kind of ran on the same map and use similar assets from Far Cry 4. We'll see if it's worth its probably $60 price tag. So
yeah, I'll wait on that one if I even get it.
The next one is Hades, which is coming on PC, and it came out the day it was announced on the Epic Games Early Access. I will say this, I was actually kind of surprised to see how many games were announced on the Epic Games Store.
Yeah, they had a lot of the.
It seems like it's going to try to be the same compared to Steam. which is owned by Valve, right?
Big competition.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I hadn't even really heard much of Epic Games.
Well, with all that Fortnite, because they're the creators of Fortnite. Well, and they also created Gears of War too.
Okay.
So all that Fortnite money rolling in, like, why not have our own store?
Yeah.
So it was just interesting to see how many times I was brought up in trailers that it's on the Epic Games Store.
Yeah.
Next is Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey.
Yeah, there was something. What was the studio?
Who's the
The developers Panache Digital Games.
Okay.
Release date of 2019 on PC, Xbox One, and the PS4.
Yeah, it certainly looked interesting. I remember that trailer.
That wasn't the game that was
That was
from
the one
the creator of Fallout, right? New Vegas or something?
No, this was the one where you're like going through like the history of like Africa.
Oh yeah, you're the
Where you start off like so many years ago, and then it was like four like video clips of video.
Did they have a release date for that, or is that early in development?
Just release date of 2019.
We'll see if that actually comes true.
Yeah, I know that guy that was talking about. I'm not sure. I forget what game he worked on.
Yeah, there was something he worked on. It was a big game, but it was actually like 2 games. I thought. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I'm trying to browse Reddit and see, but I think it came from Ubisoft. So okay. Next is
yeah, my bad. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Next is Scavengers, which is there's a playtest in 2019. PC, Xbox One, and PS4 are the platforms made by Midwinter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really remember Scavengers.
They had that little promo where they were flying down the ships or something, and they like crash landed.
Yeah, it looked like
there's a big
another
freighter or something.
Fortnite / PUBG type game where it's a bunch of people in one server.
Oh, so it's like a battle.
Well, it sounded like it was
Yeah.
absolutely massive. I don't remember.
That's what the guy was
gave,
saying. Like that, it's like 1,000 people in the server. Or something.
Oh, that's a different one. Then I was thinking, is that one? Because I know which one you're talking about.
It says it's a survival shooter, so I'm assuming it's part of the battle royale
Maybe it is.
genre. Yeah.
That's what I thought that it was.
Okay. Next was the big announcement. People thought Crash Team Racing.
CTR.
Yeah, some people like Tim Geddes and Kind of Funny was hyped about this. I didn't think it was weird because they showed the PS4 at the end. It only showed in the trailer PS4, but then they quickly announced on Twitter that it was also coming to the Xbox One and the Switch, which isn't shocking. So I thought that the end of the trailer was kind of weird, but Beanox is developing that. Obviously, Activision, who owns the rights to Crash Bandicoot, is publishing it, and that has a release date of June 21st, 2019.
Very cool.
Next is The Outer Worlds, which is the Obsidian game.
Obsidian game, yes.
Which kind of has like that. Yeah, which has like that Fallout. And I also thought it had kind of like that Rage, colorful, like setting.
Yeah. The world looked very interesting. They had a lot of like wacky creatures and stuff.
I don't remember which one that was.
Obsidian. Yeah, actually, I was looking up. Microsoft actually bought Obsidian,
Oh, okay, this is that one. Yeah.
it was kind of a surprise that this wasn't going to be a Microsoft exclusive because it's
been in the works for a long time.
So it was before.
I believe, like Take-Two is publishing it.
That's right.
So I bet you Microsoft keeps the IP maybe, but since they have a publisher, which it could be one of those same similar situations as like the Kingdom of Amular or
that's right.
that EA holds the publishing rights, even though THQ Nordic owns the IP rights since they bought all the assets and the IP. So maybe Microsoft doesn't keep the IP. It's going to be whoever's publishing it.
Exactly what it was.
So even though Obsidian got bought by Microsoft, it won't only be on Xbox. It'll also be on PS4 and
That's
PC.
Right.
And I'll almost guarantee any future sequels, if it does get a sequel, will be on the same platforms too.
Yeah.
Unless Microsoft keeps the IP, which
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait
I
and
would
see.
definitely think that Obsidian is working on something for Microsoft though, for them to have bought them.
Next was a little trailer about Anthem, which we know is coming from BioWare,
Yep.
and that is, as you guys probably know, February 22nd of 2019. I know they've been talking about releasing a beta and also a demo. I actually signed up for the beta, so I don't know when that's going to be coming out.
Is it a private beta?
Yeah, you got to sign up for it.
I'm always a fan of BioWare. I know that after the Mass Effect Andromeda, they kind of got some flack for that. So hopefully Anthem they can bounce back.
I do want to touch on BioWare whenever we get
Yes,
to
they had another
the next
game
trailer.
announcement too,
Yeah.
which is
So
cool.
I mean, we've seen a lot of, we haven't seen a lot of Anthem. I'm not really too
I feel
hyped
like
for
they're
it.
trying really hard to hype it up, and that kind of worries me.
Well, that's going to bring
Yeah.
me to my next point about their other game that they showed. Next was The Last Campfire.
Yeah, I think that was
Hello
was that the
Games.
Hello Games?
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Sean Murray and
Surprised to see that.
Hello Games. Doesn't show any platforms it's going to be on. What I'm looking at, I'm assuming it's going to be on all
I would
platforms.
assume
I was digging the soundtrack.
I like the trailer's music too.
Yeah.
Next was Atlas, and this is made by Wildcard Studios.
See, this is the one you were talking about. I think Scott. With
There,
the fish.
yeah.
Is that the pirate one?
Yeah, that's,
That might.
that's
kind
the
of-
big.
Oh,
massive
that one looked
world
like the Sea of Thieves, but except.
Yeah.
Is that the one you were talking about earlier?
Like. Yeah, I think that
It
was
is-
it.
it
is
where
an
they,
MMO.
where they said it was so massive, like.
Yeah,
the
like
people
something
in the
crazy,
city. Yeah.
like 1,000 people.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
It's
like that.
it says it's
Okay.
not coming out on the PS4. It's only coming out on PC and Xbox One.
Okay.
I don't know if that's been confirmed, but as a tentative release date of 2019. I mean, I don't know why it
I
wouldn't
think
be
it was supposed to
PS4.
come to Xbox later. I think it's supposed to come to PC first. And then
Well, yeah, it
Xbox
said 2019 in consoles, and then December 13th of this month coming to PC.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him.
So, okay, here's my biggest announcement. Was a new Dragon Age game. Obviously made by BioWare, published by EA.
We didn't get any information.
nothing.
though. Just 5-second clip.
Solace or
Solus, that was his
Solus,
voice,
yeah,
right?
that was his voice in the trailer.
Yeah.
I didn't play any of the Trespasser DLC, but I know people said that was kind of like the direct lead up to Dragon Age 4, or it's going to be. They kind of like completed the story. I just beat Dragon Age. I didn't play any of the DLC, but after you play that game, he's obviously the main villain. So I do think why BioWare and EA showed this was because I think they were trying to do kind of what Bethesda did at E3, where Bethesda showed Elder Scrolls 6 being in development, even though we all know it's going to be, to maybe show that, hey, like, we're still making single player games.
That's right.
And I think BioWare is just trying to keep good faith with their fans.
Yeah, I don't see either of those games coming out before next gen.
No, Dragon Age won't be out until next gen, for sure. Probably just like how like Dragon Age 3 came out a year after the consoles came out.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll come to like PlayStation 4 as well too, though. Or if it's just
It'll,
gonna be
yeah, it'll probably be cross-gen.
Usually
a dumbed down version.
first year,
Oh, that's
whatever.
good.
So I'm hyped for it, but we didn't really see anything. There's no title, not even a Dragon Age 4, just just a trailer. So we just know it's Dragon Age. The next is the Pathless, which is made by Giant Squid. They made I forget what game they made before this. It's coming out on the Epic Games Store and the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so let's just go through these one here at a time, and if we hear one that we want to talk about more, then.
Okay, then next is Stranger. Next is Stranger Things.
Yep, season 3. Yep.
Coming on Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC. Then we got a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, that
which
was a
is
very cool trailer.
NetherRealm Studios making that game again.
Very brutal and violent.
Coming out in they actually gave it a hard release date in April of 2019. Obviously the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Then we got Psychonauts 2.
Very excited for that. Love Tim Schafer games. They're fun, usually cult classic games.
Yeah.
So.
2019, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And then we had that weird concert. I don't like the concerts, but that led into Devil May Cry 5. And we all know that's coming out next year. March 8th, 2019, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. And then Season 7 of Fortnite got announced. It's going to be in early access. I think that came out the day it was announced. Pretty much everything. Fortnite's on everything. And then Rage 2, that's coming out May 14th, 2019, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. And then we got, I think, a DLC announcement for Super Smash Brothers, and that's where they announced Joker from Persona 5, which makes you think maybe you could see Persona coming over to the Switch.
Cool.
And that was my game of the year back in 2017, so that would be really cool for Nintendo fans.
That'd be a fun mobile game.
So,
yeah, I think there's also like a Rocket League DLC. It looked like it was just a new car or something that they released. Didn't look like much, but.
Well, was that in the pre-show that they showed? What was it? That horror game that we play all the time.
Oh, Dead by Daylight?
Yeah.
No, that was actually in a show.
Oh,
yeah, they announced a new chapter.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, they announced a new chapter, and then they announced finally dedicated servers.
Oh, yes.
Because remember, it was all peer-to-peer, and you had to connect to the killer's, connection. Like, they were the host. So that was always a pain in the ass. So they quit out, the whole game pretty much crashes, and you're done.
Right.
So I'm finally happy they got dedicated servers, because that's a great game. They're keep on developing. I think it's BE.
Did they ever release date for that?
I didn't really catch it.
Yeah, me neither.
So
So I would like go back and check that out.
which was on free on PlayStation Plus a couple of months ago.
One of the best free games I've played, I think.
Yeah, great game. If anybody hasn't played it, definitely pick it up. It's a great game.
For sure. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. I think we all enjoyed the Game Awards there on Thursday. It was a great show, and I hope they keep it up and make the show even better next year. Definitely looking forward to what new games we have in store. I hope you enjoyed our show today. Thank you for tuning in. Leave us your comments with your feedback, and we'll appreciate it, and we'll definitely read anything you guys have to say.
If you like our videos, like and subscribe.
Give
Tell your
us
friends.
thumbs up, please.
Yes, please.
That's right. All right, have a good night, everybody.
Later.